Hi everybody, welcome back, and today there's a definitely special type of video I've got here. It's a race video between three 565 champions. It's something different I've never done before, and it's honestly, it's a lot of fun. So we've got Stark Enhanced Spider-Man, Medusa, and Blade, all 5 stars, rank 5, level 65. All of these are in our alliance. The Stark Enhanced Spider-Man is mine, the Medusa is my alliance mate CTJ's, and the Blade is my alliance mate Doritos. And we've got all three of us with no suicide build, with our maximum synergy build. So we've got Spider-Man with the Miles Morales Vulture synergies, Medusa with the Human Royal Family, Blade with the Holy Trinity. He actually has Stark Enhanced Spider-Man and Ghost Rider as well. So they're all doing about the maximum amount of damage without suicides on. Obviously, we all play differently. This isn't the most scientific way to break down their who is the actual fastest champion, but it was really fun. It was a race, basically. You know, this is a race not only between 3 champions, but a race between 3 players as well. So I don't want to go into I don't want to spoil anything, but we didn't just do Red Hulk. There's some more fights, and this is just the first video, and I'm gonna break it down, like what's going on here. So basically, Spider-Man, what I did, my strategy for that fight was to build up 10 poise charges and then just go to town on Red Hulk. Pretty standard for Spider-Man. I just only used my special 2. And I just evaded as often as possible, proccing that dexterity as often as possible. So I'm not going to talk too much about that because Spider-Man's playstyle I think is the simplest one. I'm going to move down to Dorito and his Blade. He actually opted for the special 1 rotation, throwing in special 2s when it's convenient. And this is actually proven by Joel Line back when he was doing MCOC videos to be the faster of the 2 rotations of just spamming special 2. So he's going for that fast kill as much as possible. You can see right there he just threw in a wicked special 2, pretty crazy damage. He does have max deep wounds, and so he's opting for this sort of like keep Red Hulk bleeding, build the power meter up as much as possible, keep those bleeds on, and every once in a while the bleeds are just going to be so high that you can't help but get to a special 2, which is also going to boost your power back up and allow you to keep those special 1s going, which is a little slightly more powerful, longer bleed. So it's a great rotation. Blade's doing great. He has not even like taken any damage so far at all. And obviously Blade does play well with Suicide Masteries with that regen, so he could have gotten a lot faster if he had opted for that. So if we're moving up to Medusa, Medusa's struggling a little bit with Red Hulk. You can kind of tell she's not even close to where Spider-Man and Blade are, and that's because his resistance. Medusa doesn't have a great crit rate to begin with, nothing compared to Blade and Spider-Man. So you know, CTJ's strategy is to get those armor breaks up and just try and lay down that special 2 and get that bleed damage, which isn't affected by physical resistance. Now, we do know that it's possible to stack 2 armor breaks, or 2 armor shatters. I don't know a lot about Medusa, but we found out afterwards that it's possible to stack 2 armor shatters, but we also found out that it requires working in heavy attacks. And that's not always the best strategy for Labyrinth of Legends. So, you know, we thought about redoing the fight and seeing how good it could do with the armor shatter, but it wasn't really a viable strategy for Labyrinth. You know, too many deaths were happening. And, you know, anytime you have to rely on a parry or a heavy attack, especially when the enemy has limber, it just gets really tricky. So you can see though also, you know, for those mistakes, Spider-Man's got the evade, Blade's got the regen, Medusa has the auto block. These 3 champions are just exceptional all around. So let's focus back on Spider-Man. He's getting really close. Blade's neck and neck with him. It's 7% to 7%. We got 6% now on each of them. 5% on each of them, 3 for Spider-Man, 2 for Spider-Man, 4 for Blade still, 1% for Spider-Man. He goes down 417. Oh, I did not expect that actually. Blade goes down 422. Spider-Man just barely squeaks out the faster kill with 234 hits, 4 minutes and 17 seconds. And Blade goes in with 296 hits, 4 minutes and 22 seconds. I call that an even tie. Like that is just it could have been anything. You know, Spider-Man did do it 5 seconds faster, but you know, Blade throws on the suicides, it wouldn't have been even a contest. But that was really close. I actually thought Blade had won to begin with because when we recorded the videos, the Spider-Man video was longer, but after trimming all of the excess loading screens and stuff off, Yeah, it was 5 seconds faster. So that's one video. We'll see. Medusa is she's going a little slower. So we're gonna as of 5 minutes, I've sped her up to double speed so we can keep going and see if we can follow the Medusa strategy here. So he's baiting the special one. He's going in. He's got the armor shatter up pretty much the whole fight. You know, anytime it goes down, he launches that special one to get it back up. And those permanent bleeds with the special 2 coming in does a ton of damage. And he's got deep wounds, so those bleeds are doing crazy amounts of damage. And so, you know, Medusa might not have done so great on this one, but there are fights that she actually should excel on. I'm keeping myself no spoilers as well, because I actually wanted to just sort of react to them in as much real time as possible. You know, I kind of have to know who's going to win because I do edit them first, so I know the amount of minutes each video is going into it. But it's nice to have it at least close to a surprise. So she just got through the first enrage timer, which is good. You know, I've seen at least once auto block save her, which is really nice because, you know, on those longer fights, you can't really expect to actually make it through without making a mistake. It's really hard for even people like Star-Lord and Spider-Man and Blade to solo a high health champion, you know, those 3.3 million ones. Those fights where you're getting through the first enrage timer well into the second enrage timer, you're bound to make a mistake eventually. The enemy's bound to heal, or, you know, you're bound to slip up, miss an intercept, and that auto block really comes in handy. Right there, she just parried him again. You know, she's running out of parries, but at the same time, it was enough just to back out, you know, and just keep your hit points, you know. So she's got a big L2 maybe to launch right now, or she might launch an L3. Let's see what happens. Looks like the L3. Get the 12% bonus damage. What a nice L3. Actually, I really like that in fast motion. A little bit better than the slow motion we're used to. Those things, you watch them so many times. So the big thing is the heat resistance charges, and this is not going to get any easier, especially if the Red Hulk updates get pushed to Labyrinth as well. Maximum of 10 of those is not going to be so easy for people. And the low crit rate doesn't help. She has to sacrifice some synergy spots for the Inhuman Royal Family, which, you know, is kind of unfortunate because, you know, Spider-Man gets that high crit rate, and Blade gets the crit bonus from his special 2, and he gets the power from the bleeds. So this is definitely not the ideal fight for Medusa. But she's clocking in right now. The clock is sped up as well, so this is all in quote-unquote real time. It's 10 minutes and 40 seconds or so into the fight, and looks like she's getting really close to taking him down now. Looks like down to 17%. That might be even less. So it's Assassin's range for sure. And looks like she's got the armor shatter up. Those permanent bleeds are doing work. I think it's 77 damage per bleed, and I think those are actually affected by her furies, but I might be wrong about that. Halfway through the second enrage timer, so not that bad. It's not like we're mostly through the second enrage timer. You know, that would be kind of a long fight for a 1.5 million. Okay, so we've slowed it down. We've only got that means we've only got about a minute left of this fight before it's over, and then we'll just wrap it up, closing arguments, and give the results of the race. So the results as it stands so far: Spider-Man number 1, Blade number 2, Medusa number 3. You know, we already know the positions, but we'll give you the stats on Medusa. You know, we're gonna do Star-Lord and Old Man Logan as well, which is convenient because it'll give each champion a chance to take on a Labyrinth opponent with class advantage. Now, I just find it really interesting that Blade, with class advantage on Red Hulk, didn't beat Spider-Man. So I find it hard to believe that he will win versus Old Man Logan. So here we go. We've got 578 hits, 12 minutes and 45 seconds kill. That's not that bad. For a fight that's definitely not her specialty, I'd say that's pretty good, and I'd be pretty happy with it. I think in general, Medusa is another great option for a 565. All 3 of these champions are, and they're probably 3 of the top damage dealers in the game. You know, we've got other people like Archangel and Gwenpool to throw around, but these 3 are just absolute powerhouses. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you in the next series. Take care.